grew up not too far from here in Mont Haven Projects in a single parent household. I went to public school across the street from my apartment building and had wonderful teachers. It was sort of news to me at some point that we were poor, but I think the identity that fit me best growing up was that I was the A student. I was the kid who got the best grades, and I had the opportunity to be identified by my teachers and guidance counselors at PS 49 to apply to Prep for Prep.
I think the only barriers to your ambitions are you.
My mother is a Jewish immigrant from Israel, and my father was an African American from Louisiana. My mother's parents disowned her, and soon after my father abandoned us. It really left my mom to raise me on her own. She supplemented some of the things that she could not give me with nonprofits. These nonprofits became family to me. The ABC program was the first that I was involved with. Through a better chance, I went to San Francisco University High School. Because I grew up in a family with just my mom, no grandparents, no father, or anything else, I've always really looked up to mentors.
I had a history teacher named Peter Curran, who was someone who really impressed upon me that he thought I had leadership potential.
He was my high school coach. He was also a gym teacher, but one that made sure and guided me through sports, but also beyond sports, and guided me about issues of life.
And I will never forget this quote, focus on the things that you can control. And the only thing you can control is your performance.
Prep for Prep was extraordinary in so many ways. There was a real focus, and there continues today to be a real focus on community, in a sense of being a part of a culture that is organized around a critical set of values. The founder, Gary Simons, felt it was a part of his job to remind me that I was special. And that was my first experience in a school setting where anyone was asking me to think about and talk about and work on what kind of person am I? So not just what kind of grade can I get on a test, but who am I? What really matters to me? That kind of focused inquiry is an extraordinary thing for anyone to think that 10 or 11-year-olds should do, could do.
Throughout your ups and downs, and was there a time in your life when you felt like quitting?
I think that everyone's disadvantage is really their advantage.
At every single phase of my life, there are people who told me I could not do it. You know, college advisors said I could not apply to Columbia University. When I was at Columbia, the career counselor said I could not apply to McKinsey. Many people said I could not apply to be a White House Fellow because you have to be in your 30s, and I was only 25. SEO is one of my favorite programs because what they instill in their students is something very rare. They not only provide opportunities, but they communicate to their students that they're only there because of the people that came before them. And it's their responsibility to do well and to give back. Without the sum of these programs, I would not be here today.
America is a remarkable country. It's a country where the son of a waiter with a fourth grade education would be a waiter with a fourth grade education in almost any other country across the globe. But we don't get to where we are from those backgrounds without institutions making a difference.
From day one, they said to you, the teachers, the administrators, the leaders of the school said to you, you are expected to perform at the highest level. Every single one of you is expected to graduate and go on to college. And that was said over and over and over again. It kind of settles into your DNA and it really becomes a part of you.
I was lucky enough to be involved in this one Puerto Rican group called Aspira that helps high school students go to college. And I got an award one year that came in the mail. I was a sophomore that told me I was Aspirante of the Year. And that was the first time that my parents and I knew that I would go to college.
Having multiple degrees from Ivy League institutions, I could have done lots of things, but I know that changing individual lives will be the most important work I could possibly be doing. Great leaders are not just superstars, right? So again, going back to that experience in Prep for Prep and feeling like suddenly I wasn't the star, and finally figuring out that being the star wasn't the point. I could be even a brighter star if I connected with other people.
My mother's commitment to education had an absolutely profound impact on my career development.
Yolanda pulled me aside at one point and just said, Majora, this is your job. When you speak about what your community is going through, people will listen because you are from this community.
If she hadn't taken the initiative to go and ensure that I got into a great high school, I probably would have been lost.
I know what it's like to be alone, to feel how hard it is, to try to find a way to be relevant in a conversation where everyone makes you feel that you're not just irrelevant, but that you're different. And I also know how helpful it was to have one senior person reach out to me and say, I care.
I think a critical aspect of my leadership style is focusing on the growth and development of leaders around me. Having an opportunity to meet incredible people from all over the world who see themselves as leaders who think seriously about the impact that they're having on the world, and being able to count myself amongst them tells me unequivocally that this is the way to, as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change in the world that you want to see.